Welcome everybody, this is your Strategy Wolf and welcome back in 1919 and our Japanese Empire in Victoria 3 of course. And last time we expanded our influence over the Philippines, and now we see basically when you look on the market map a quite interesting clash or really long frontier between the British market here in India and here in the Dutch possessions basically, while here the Southeast Asia here is part of our market, alongside here our possessions in the Pacific, the Philippines, northern China up to over here to Alaska, surrounded by the British market again, and of course here the markets in America, just seeing that the Brazilians are part of the French one. Very interesting. Yeah, indeed. Apart from our success and imperialistic efforts in the Pacific, we do have ongoing problems with a revolutionary atmosphere in Japan. We've got turmoil here in Chubu, but also in Kansai due to unemployment and a growing laborer power. We've got, let's have a quick look actually to see where the unemployment is coming from. The plantations, everything, people would still work there. They're fully, I mean, we introduced a couple of new technologies to make things, to make it possible to get new employees in, but alright. Well, it seems like just overpopulation or not enough jobs for the moment. And they already made us enact the protected speech recently, and now we're going to wage subsidies, which actually the parties in charge don't really enjoy too much, making the Kasoku already unhappy and taking the positive effects from the Zaibatsu. So yeah, let's see how much the workforce is like pushing us ahead and where this is leading to. So far we tried we followed their wishes a little bit. I mean, it was the easy Japanese people that fought, especially here against Russia, and suffered to get to this position. So yeah, a couple of compromises and gifts for them are in, but I don't know if we will follow this forever, or even a revolution. We would go up to the point where we will accept a revolution before we enact too much. Let's see. Definitely the workforce is not gonna get more powerless. Anyways, let's get in and let's get going. We have also, in terms of foreign politics, we have a couple of infamy to get rid of. And just seeing this, actually our standard of living has decreased in the last years. Still, also maybe partially due to just the increasing population we do have now, especially here in the Manchurias, that gave us basically almost 20 million more population just not so long ago. Alongside, some gains here in East New Guinea. We shall see. Revolution is going down since we're enacting here the wage subsidies. And the unions celebrate the strike success. We promised them actually the wage subsidies. The policy changes promised to the striking workers are being seriously considered by the government. It seems likely that the union's demands will be met. It's working, lads. What did I tell you? Direct action gets the goods. Now let's celebrate with a pint. We all more than earned it. Alright. Oh, they get even more group top attraction. Whew. Yeah. In the end, we're ending up with a communist Japan. I'm just thinking about if... Yeah, also, we still kind of would enjoy a little bit of more plus, actually. We just built the gold mines over here, right? Yeah, and they're fully working. That's good to see. Also turmoil over here. Okay, and we do have apparently also market access problems in Alaska, alright. Then let's... we can go to a modern port. Oh. We haven't really switched anywhere so far, but maybe here I can already do it. Providing enough infrastructure. Alright, we can slowly do this whenever we need something. Okay, here let's get some more government buildings. Kyushu also. What else is going on right now? Rice farms. Yeah, we had the demand to kind of fight the turmoils also down here and to get a little more jobs out. That was kind of my idea. also to generally lower our base price of grains and these kind of things that we still need a lot. Let's control here. We still we're thinking about getting those countries in protectorates if possible. Sometimes it is. And we've got our election incoming in 50 days. This is going to be interesting. And also here's the looming women rights question going on. I'm also a little bit surprised by that one. Liberal revolts in Hanover. Couldn't care less once again. And we did enact the wage subsidies, so we have higher welfare payments, and yeah, that's basically it. And a lot of people are not so happy. All who are willing to work have a right to eat. No man should lack the means to provide for his family. Alright. Let's see if this is pushing our payments up super hard. It's okay. I mean, this was probably when he enacted here the support here in Kansai and Chubu. I feel like also the turmoil here has decreased in the meantime already. Maybe due to the welfare payment. And strike keeping the promises. This is what we promised, I think. With the passing of the new law, the government has met the demands of the striking workers. With all their faults, trade unions have done more for humanity than any other organization of men that ever existed. They have done more for decency, for honesty, for education, for the betterment of the race, for the developing of character in man than any other association of men. Alright, the unions should be more involved in politics, or this should keep them happy for a while. Well, this is what we kind of said in the beginning, but the 20% more loyal is happening anyways. This is really great for 5 years. I think I prefer this. They shouldn't get too easily too strong. Let's see here, the Zaibatsu already recovering, only here the Kasoku are struggling, and somehow this led to a jump, or it's some other things we finalized, I'm not sure. The rice farms for sure not, but yeah, we have a surplus at the moment, which I'm happy to keep for a while, so we can pay back some of these debts. I don't have to go fully debt-free, but yeah, it's not nice to be over here closer to the limit. Anyways, we had elections. Let's see what kind of government we want to have. Maybe after, yeah. Oh no, it was actually a better government, so let's just keep it like that. This was a working coalition. Meiji is doing this nicely, yeah. Prince Mitsumi, okay. Just checking expensive tastes. Oh no. This guy upcoming here is gonna be quite an emperor. What we do have here? Conquer Hebai. Alright, now you guys... Where's Hebai? Hebai. Hebai. Huian, Zhejiang, Anhui, Nanjing. Hebai here. Alright, the Brits, I want to take another part of the cake here from the Chinese. I mean, the Americans also just offer the Chinese potentially our support, but let's normally stay out of it. Turkmenistan secession, that's also out of our interest. Massively. Oh, French have broken off their trade agreement. How come? And I feel like also, by the way, despite all their lovely help, I think we should break the alliance with the Austrians. Saves us a lot of extra infamy or maintenance cost, so we will reduce our infamy way faster. I think this is a good one. And we still will have good relations with them. Actually, we're not gonna, now we're even doing it slower, but I kind of want to increase my relations here to the European powers. Well, the Austrians are not so important, to be honest. They were helpful versus the Russians, but yeah. And also helpful, of course, fighting down here versus the Spanish, but I don't want to keep them going with that. Austrians on the French market, okay, interesting. What is Karnak, by the way? Was this a successful revolution somehow? I mean, I guess we should take it over. Karnak, oh, what is it? Melanesian? Retrade interventionist, okay. I think they dropped out from the Dutch or from the Spanish, I'm not sure. Didn't really pay attention. Definitely, I feel like also a target for us when the infamy is gone. So what are the next targets here? Basically, Dutch East Indies, maybe here, some more expansion over here. I think with the Russians we're kind of fine. With the Chinese I'm also fine. I feel like there's a good status quo over here. But why can't I, by the way, transfer the subject? Oh, 127 for infamy, this is heavy. There's a truce with Great Britain. Are the Dutch East Indies a vassal of the Brits? A dominion of the Netherlands, and they have a defensive pact with the Brits, okay. Alright, oh god, I just clicked it away. What did I just finish in researching? Sorry guys, I kind of oversaw. So, and I kind of... So what do we want to get out? Let's have a look at the market. What is going on right now? What is relevant? Still of coal, electricity, glass, iron. The standard kind of things. Raw materials, industry. 10 years. Okay, this is anyways too far to go. Harbor Bosch. No, we don't need these assembly lines. Maybe here production technology we look pretty good state already. How about society? Also quite nicely researched already. I don't want to do this long-term commitment if there's something else still ongoing. Well, I think I will definitely then... I mean, this is also 3 years still to go, but I will go here for the sea lane strategies. It's just also very much fitting. We have our empire here is built on sea lanes and on domination of the sea, so we need this. Oh, now they're going against the Qing again. This is like, there was a lot of quiet over here for a while. Yeah, well, I don't want to get involved in a conflict with the French for nothing in the end. Scandinavia, that's fine to me. Do whatever you want. How is it going here with the turmoil? Alright. It's kind of okay, actually. I'm surprised. Because, you know, the turmoil also reduces our construction efficiency, so I'm a little bit worried. After there was an uprising, if you remember the Manchukuo one. This is why everything is a little bit red and takes a little bit longer here, but it's still, I think, okay. It's just 10% slower. Well, at least the private industry, the private investment is also keeps on investing heavily here in Japan itself. So it's okay. I think if we take a little bit the construction efforts the state-owned ones to build up heavily over here. And as you see, I mean, we're still just at 58 mines from 100 possible ones, and we still have a high gold price. It went, so yeah. To be honest, let's fully maximize here. It's a little bit crazy, but it is what we need to do. Also some more railways in this case. We have railways over here now, yeah. And they back down. Okay, now the French got another one over here. Interesting. But this looks pretty nasty. And it could take out still the Heavenly Kingdom into our customs union. Still, maybe at the end, I will reconsider it. Okay, and the Brits now they cut the Qing in two, basically, having here the access also to the Heavenly Kingdom. Very interesting. And also, like, to be honest, let's also build the mines over here. We want every bit of coal we can get. That's why we had this bloody war ongoing, and yeah. With the coal, basically, we can substitute and get more electricity also out, and so on. It's a kind of interesting circle. Talking about it, let's extend also our power plants massively. But nice, our economy is increasing. Still just number 2. The Brits are a little bit ahead of us in terms of power projection. Okay, we've got probably new barracks or anything down here. But we want everything obviously at the most outstanding situation. No, field hospitals was too expensive for us. I still keep here these guys. And over here, let's also just get the first aid out here. Oh, we haven't activated these submarines. The defense is pretty low. I mean, I'm always not sure here if I should fine-tune and basically adjust just some of them. Maybe not. Maybe let's just do it for some of the bases here, get some submarines out. And I will do this pretty randomly. Kanto. Also, it's too expensive. I don't want to get to... Yeah, Hokkaido maybe. And they have some submarine bases. Supreme Submarines. Our growing use of submarines in warfare has created a new generation of commanders, exemplified by the likes of Takeaki Kamio, who understand the nature of underwater warfare very well. The sea is infinite, and yet we merely bob along its surface, oblivious out of the depths below. Can you imagine the power in our hands if we could turn that vast abyss into our own domain and strike the fools on the surface whenever we choose? Alright, our submarines shall strangle our foes. Gets convoy radar. I think we haven't had really a convoy radar in our admirals at the moment. Who is he? Grand Admiral even. Oh, he's the super big one. I think I should rather do this one actually. Our submarines shall strangle our foes. It's not shouldn't focus on one single person. I don't know if this will really come in handy in the next couple of years, if we will really fight a war where we will raid convoys, where this is relevant, but alright. This bureaucracy is still a thing, you know. We've built also the extra ones. Nope, we didn't. So actually I will once again prioritize these. Accidentally also prioritized some oil rigs. Are we done constructing down here these our efforts in to extend our agriculture here? Yes, we did. By the way, the Saibatsu already came over the 10% or plus 10 already, just the Kazoku still suffering. So the effects of these social measures were actually not that terrible. Well, this welfare payments going up. I should keep our economy on growing anyways, but it is really growing also quite fast. So all good. I think I kind of, as long as there's no other pressure, I'm happy to leave it like that. However, our income fell a little bit. Is the revenue declining or the expenses are growing? I think both are growing. Let's see what happens when we get all these guys out. And yeah, when I talked about over here, then let's just finish actually also the rice farming. What's going on in Chengqing actually? Our wheat farm's also working quite hard. fully extended. Alright. Nitrogen fixation unlocked. By combining various chemicals at a high temperature, it is possible to create ammonia in large quantities. So we get basically new fertilizers. And let's see how this is gonna end up for us. Well, let's get it definitely out. Grain will get ridiculously cheap. But here we will also need more fertilizer. And then we shall also go in the chemical power plants to get the nitrogen fixation out, which will make oil pretty expensive. Let's have a look how this, well, this looked okay. Yeah, sometimes the effects are being displayed super hard, but actually nothing, it's all in balance. Apart from probably grain getting quite cheap, yeah, which is a very nice effect in the end, because we're #1 producer worldwide. Okay, wow. Since this allows the first of us to export heavily here to the Chinese. And maybe also to Mexico then. But also will placate our people, the poor population quite a lot. And yeah, these cheap grains will make it easier for us for the people to live. So pretty nice. And also the fertilizer is quite cheap. So let's export them to America. Steamers to the Brits. Fabric to Peru. Otherwise not really worth it. Artillery, oh wow, so cheap. To the Mexicans, Chileans. Alright, let's check if some trade routes. Oh yeah, now our export of oil export got really not smooth anymore. Yeah, let's stop all these exports over here. And see where we end up with. Oil, now it's still cheap, okay. Now we're getting here also extra oil production out. Yeah, probably the more oil we'll need, this is gonna be a little bit more problematic. But at the moment, let's keep on working on the coal situation still. And yeah, also getting some logging camps out here. Yeah, but GDP is really rushing to the top. And we overtook the Brits quite hard by now, almost 100 million more. I mean, they have India here also as well. But look at our growth rate. I feel like the steepness of our curve is way higher. And now also the standard of living is going up again. Nice to see. We are also here, we don't have such big of a problem with bureaucracy anymore. Only problem is that our welfare payments going up. What else is going on? British claims Kashmir. Do whatever you want. Carter, I don't care. And over here, Cambodians, you can also do whatever you want internally, as long as you don't go wild. Oh well, then let's already extend also here the Alaskan oil rigs. Actually, they also have coal. Ah, well, good that we're incorporating will take a while, but it's going to be interesting. We will need some, yeah, these Russians here, really, they probably also discriminate, no? Yeah, of course they are, we are in an ethno state still. Yeah, but Alaska also keeps a lot of nice resources that we should exploit best case. Yeah, but if you look in this GDP map, oh, look at Japan. Maybe you can... yeah, Britain also pretty strong. No, Germany is pretty low developed. Maybe in the Rhinelands looks quite okay, but the Netherlands also quite well off, and this weirdly southern and eastern France, and Brazil also pretty strong next to Cuba and the Americas. But Japan is dark green. Here's like the real productivity going on. Also in India a lot. Pretty impressive, but what is happening in Cuba? Why is Cuba so rich? Let's have a quick look. What are 20 million GDP, alright. And Spain itself is a GDP of 25, alright. Wouldn't be surprising to me if the Cubans drop out of the Spanish Empire sooner or later. Well, Cuba is pretty much quite industrialized, I'd say. Oil, rubber, everything. Okay, all the resources here absolutely maxed out. Wow. Where's this coming from? Carabineros. Okay, no special immigration or anything. Sorry for this detour, but I'm a little bit hyped right now, or interested at least. Agrarianism. Okay, mercantilism. Well, it's not so super, and they have still slavery going on. Okay, interesting. Not so modern, but somehow developed pretty amazing, apparently. Of course, not as amazing as the Japanese lands. As this grew also quite a lot, that's actually, again, just for the style, also some government administration out. 1 million people are living here in the Sunda Islands. Oh, wow. Then maybe also here, at least one. We have some in Alaska. Oh, come on, you also need at least a government administration. Here we do have some. Here we do have some. We do have some. Well, look at these fields in Maoming, and look how underdeveloped the poor Heavenly Kingdom is. No railways or whatsoever, and then you get over here. I mean, you don't see the railways. Actually, do we have railways down here? Yeah, they are around, but stopping. Okay, they're just connecting Guangzhou and Maoming. And here we have our massive Chinese workforce harvesting our gigantic rice farms and plantations down here. They're maxed out also. Crazy. Music to my ears. Alright, a well-acclaimed troupe of wandering artists has arrived at Hokkaido, followed by hundreds of requests about our generous government funding one of their concerts. Their lyrics. No, you wouldn't understand it. Only the saddest and deepest soul are able to dive into their hearts, wide open before us through those piano notes. Their songs talk about solitude, incomprehension, the lack of serene place to retreat to. They truly capture the sorrows of a teenage soul. How would you understand it? And ooh, that's impressive, expensive. Or they sound not so great. 5 years, 65. Where? Oh god, why is it going so up? Well, actually I'm happy to fund them because 10% prestige is also quite nice and will make us not jump. They may. Okay, sad. I was hoping I would jump to 1. Actually, we are. That's great, but of course to fund these artists we need to somehow get some money in, and I think I'll get some extra tax out. Let's see. Yeah, there's something. Chugoku doesn't need a manufacturing bonus. This is something I've totally forgotten with Chugoku, this one. That's absolutely fine. So we have 103. Oh, we need 200 at least. For tea, for example, or furniture. 600. Tobacco. Oh, tobacco is interesting. Or tea. So 100 more. Oh, the violence suppression in Formosa and Shenzhen are also not that important anymore, actually. We're not building anything over here, right? Or a few things. And Formosa here. By the way, Japanese population share also growing a little bit. Are we building at the moment? Come on, let's also stop that one. So we've got some free, and let's get something in. I mean, tea is rough, right? Because I feel Japanese are obsessed with tea, yeah. So it will hurt a lot of people, and teas, well, yeah, not the cheapest so far. How about tobacco? Tobacco is way cheaper. Let's not harm the people too hard. Let's get tobacco tax out. It also makes some sense. And let's hope that the other economic situation will develop accordingly, so we will have also growing income soon or later again. On this side, everything is looking great now. Looks like we've kind of overcame our problems in terms of internal rumor. Maybe just the situation of the people improved also again significantly or at least in a short time. Grain got a lot of cheaper. Yeah, good development overall. Here still here protectorate not possible at the moment. No. Anyhow, I think this is then a great moment once again here at the start of 2022. 2019, 2020. Yeah, you know what I mean. 1922. And we'll see where this leads to, where our Japanese society will develop into. We are losing our infamy. We'll soonish be able to act again. We are once again, due to the funding of these concerts, #1 worldwide. And yeah, let me know what you think about it. How do you like it? Leave me a comment in the video description or in the comment section, of course. And yeah, leave me a like and a subscription if you haven't yet. It helps the channel a lot and costs you nothing. So thank you very much. Yeah, and see you next time with victoriously and the Japanese Empire by your Strategy Wolf.